Okay, this video is about RFK JR and by him supporting Donald Trump and stating that the media has tried to silence him. The media proved him right. He talked for 45 minutes and he not only talked about the media wanting to silence us or him. He talked about our children's health, how that when he was a kid, he's 70 years old, when he was a kid, that a pediatrician would have one case of juvenile diabetes in his entire office career. And now it's something like 1 in every 3 children have some sort of diabetes. He talked about the autistic rates in this country, how that in California, 1 in every 22 children has some form of autism. He talked about the lawfare waged against Trump, that the DNC has been waging the same lawfare against him, that his staff on his his campaign, we'll put it that way, was infiltrated by members of the DNC to try and sabotage his campaign. He said in 16 months that the DNC has taken him to court in 9 different states to keep him off the ballot. This is atrocious. What is our country doing? You know, I like RFK. I respect him a lot because he states what he believes in and he lists facts and figures to back it up. He doesn't just say, well, this is what I believe and blah, blah, blah. No, he lists facts, he lists figures, and his family stabbed him in the back publicly after he supported Donald Trump and talked for 45 minutes the reasons why he supported him. His family did a public letter stating that he betrayed their family values and that his dad and his uncle would be ashamed of him, which is false. President JFK, was a conservative Democrat. RFK was a conservative Democrat. Today, there are no conservative Democrats. The conservatives all left the Democratic Party and came over to the Republican Party. Here's another news flash for his family. Kamala Harris has said that millionaires and billionaires should pay an 80% tax rate because that money doesn't belong to them. She has also said that only rich people golf and that there should be a 25% tax on everything associated with golfing, whether it's renting a golf cart or paying a caddy, that you should pay a 25% tax. This is just outrageous. This is Marxist views. This is communist views, because Marxism is communism. And when they tell you it's socialist, Socialist is a nice way of saying communist. And we're not talking about Social Security and stuff for people who can't work. We're talking about in communist countries, the government owns everything. Everything. You don't have the right to have a business. The government owns your business. The government sets all prices. Even CNN said that Kamala's economic plan is modeled after Venezuela. The problem with that, Venezuela's inflation rate is 1,000%. So we bitch and moan about 8 or 9%. They're paying 1,000%, and she thinks that's the way to go. Mind blowing, isn't it? In Venezuela, the cost of a single fryer chicken from the grocery store is $200 to $250 for one. Just mind-blowing, isn't it? How that today's Democratic Party thinks, oh, this is what we should do. We should control their prices. We should put in price controls. Price controls are only done in communist countries to try and control you. There's also this thing in communist China, which I've heard that many members of the DNC want to enlist here. It's called a social credit score. Sounds innocuous, right? A social credit score means that the government controls every aspect of your life. What you earn, what you pay prices, what you can and can't say. Even if you say something against the government on social media in China, your money is taken away from you. They take your money. That should scare all of us. You know, we need to wake up in this country and realize that Donald Trump is the only way for our country to survive. The only way. I would encourage everyone to go and watch RFK Jr.'s speech from when he got out of the Democratic Party campaign and him list off the reasons why. And then think about that after 2 minutes, CNN and MSNBC cut away from the speech and said, well, nothing important here. He's just going to endorse Trump. No need for us to show you what he's going to say. He said at the beginning of the speech that the mainstream news media was trying to censor him. They proved it. They proved it because after 2 minutes of talking to him, CNN and MSNBC both cut away. One of the things he talked about is that he was willing to work with Democrats. He called the Harris campaign and they hung up on him. He didn't say exactly that, but that's the reports, that the Harris campaign hung up on him. And he said he never got to talk to Kamala Harris. Well, newsflash. Kamala Harris hates him because he stands in the way of her vision of a communist America. That's just my viewpoint. Because if you look at all the things that she says that she is against, that's communism. She wants to ban all fracking. All fracking. Ban all offshore drilling. The, you know, we need to wake up and look around us. Look at everything plastic around you. It takes a gallon of an oil to make an ounce of plastic. She's going to ban offshore drilling. That means there will be no oil to make vegetable oil for you to cook with. There will be, well, not vegetable oil, but no oil for making anything plastic. So your plastic gallon jug that contains vegetable oil, is what I was getting at, won't exist because there won't be the oil there to make the plastic to put it in. I think once people wake up and see what she's saying, that her race will be over. But it's just mind-blowing that people are willing to put blinders on and accept her candidacy with all of her lies and not realize that she's out to destroy America. Okay, here's something we need to realize. In communist countries, it's illegal for you to own a gun. Free speech is illegal in communist countries. You can only say what the government tells you you're allowed to say. That should be a wake-up call. In communist countries, the government owns every business. Every business. So you see these little mom and pop stores and small business and stuff, they don't exist in communist countries because the government owns everything. The government tells you what you're allowed to charge, not allowed to charge. They control every aspect of your life. So I just wanted us to talk about these things and think about them, and we'll move forward, and hopefully Donald Trump will be elected. I think he will, but this is a clarion wake-up call. Talk to you soon. Bye.